In the welterweight division at UFC 292, Neil Magny takes this late fight. He comes in at 28-11. He steps in against Ian Garry, who's a perfect undefeated 12-0, and you got to give Neil Magny a lot of credit. A lot of guys that are ranked contenders will not take this fight on late notice, but Neil Magny isn't one of those guys. Both guys 6'3". Magny's 36, Ian Garry's 25. So one guy kind of on the downward trend slightly, leaving the peak in Neil Magny. Ian Garry just getting ready to hit his peak, and we'll see how these two collide. Now, Ian Garry should be leading in the stats because he doesn't, the competition isn't that of Neil Magny, right? Garry, 6.9 significant strikes per minute, Magny, 3.5. Ian Garry will dominate on the feet. Neil Magny's game is takedown, 2.3 over 3 rounds, so nearly 1 per round. And the fact is, Ian Garry has a 63% takedown defense against weaker fighters. Now, the Haitian sensation, a.k.a. Neil Magny, 56% takedown defense. He's coming off the win against Phil Rowe by split decision. Didn't look great there, right? Just 29 significant strikes. Probably should have lost that fight. Lost to Gilbert Burns by submission. Beat D-Rod by submission. Lost to Shavkat. He should have. Beat Max Griffin and Jeff Neal. So Neil Magny's kind of beating who he should beat. On the other hand, Ian Garry beat Daniel Rodriguez by KO. In the first round. It took Neil Magny 3 rounds to beat D-Rod. He beat Song Keenan by 3rd round KO. Beat Gabe Green by decision. Beat Darian Weeks by decision. Now, I'd love to see Ian Garry win this fight, but it's going to be tough because Neil Magny's going to take this thing to the ground. He's going to try to tie up Ian Garry. And if Ian Garry can't get off, this is one of those fights where a guy's on the rise and they face a veteran, and the veteran does what they got to do to win and just controls the heck out of him. But I'm going to believe that Ian Garry gets better every fight. And the fact that Neil Magny's taking this on late notice could be a factor too, because he's going to have to cut a little bit of weight a little bit quicker than he wants to. But at the same time, Ian Garry's that dude. And even if I lose on this prediction, I'm going to win a lot more in the future on Ian Garry. So I'm going to lean with Ian Garry slightly. I don't even see the odds up yet. So in my opinion, Ian Garry's going to win on significant strikes. He'll probably get taken down 2 times. He's going to have to get up on one of those and win 2 out of 3 rounds. Could be a split decision here. 2-3 years from now, Ian Garry KOs Magny. Hopefully he does it in this fight. But right now, it's going to be a very close fight. But I think Ian Garry pulls this thing out to meet the 13-0 welterweight division, UFC 292.